yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined, laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command.
Holy shit, we're doing it again, Brian.
Yeah. What is this? Our 94th? No, 13th?
No.
20th?
We're almost in the 20s, I think.
I'm glad I really pay attention to this. I remember last time it was in the high teens.
Well, if you don't, I'm calling full episodes. Like, if you don't count
I'm not counting the little quick stories and whatnot.
The bullshit things.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you do last weekend?
What did I do last weekend? Played pinball, played darts.
Yeah.
And, yeah, pretty much. Dude, enjoyed the semi-beautiful weather on its way. But, yeah, what about you? Anyways, we have a guest here, so it doesn't really matter what he did.
Nobody cares. I will say we did try to broadcast from the TMI Day event.
Yeah.
That didn't go well.
No, we'd be better off in like the middle of like a basketball game. It would have been quieter. It was
It's like
so
we were
loud.
recording a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
We did one story. I was like, let me just go to the parking lot and just listen. I came out, I was like, yeah, we're done with
It's
this.
like, yeah, it wasn't great.
How many people have microphones?
Right.
It's
But
bad.
I will
Cool
say
day.
it was a great day.
Yeah.
So Ron and the staff here were honored by the mayor of Phoenix, Kate
Yeah.
Gallego, and the Secretary of State, Adrian Fontes. I don't think I'm saying that right. Is it Fontes? Fontes? There's a new umlaut over the E, I think.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I always use the wrong there,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter what his
They,
last
there,
name is.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your
Yeah.
pronouns?
Me?
Yeah. Me, I.
Yeah. Well, you call me whatever. I don't give a shit.
Okay. You might. Okay. Anyway, it was a great day for them. I'm
Yeah.
sorry we couldn't record. We did record, but we didn't capture. Oh, actually, the doctor's story was pretty great.
Yeah.
The guy with the big schwanz.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Doctor who?
Schwanz looker.
Schwanz guy. He's not a schwanz doctor.
Yeah.
Oddly, but let me tell you,
wants
he
to be
was
now.
after that.
He's like,
Yeah.
I got to find the beater on this guy.
Yikes. But we do have a new guest today.
Yeah.
We're happy to have him on. Khary is on with us.
What's up, Khary?
How you guys doing? Glad to be here.
Thank you. Are you?
Thanks for being here.
I'm absolutely glad to be. It's
Nobody-
always fun to hang out with people that can look you in your eye.
Bro, you're the only person I've looked up to this year because we are around one giant. You are not between
Correct.
two giants.
So people, because this isn't video.
Nah, let's just keep them guessing.
Okay. It's a great segue, Khary. I just want to get this out of the way. How fucking tall are you?
I'm 7 feet.
7 feet.
Yes.
I'm calling it 7'1". I'm sorry. I mean, everything I've ever complained about in my life, every time I've hit my head, I feel like I owe you like 1,000 apologies because I'm like, oh, God. Man, I'm like,
You think you got it bad?
yeah, dude.
Mhm.
I'm always like, man, 6'4" would be perfect, but adding an extra 8
No,
inches.
thanks. No.
Yeah.
It's a lot of doorways I'm not happy with.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Exactly. The world is too small.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
I mean, it's like 1 in 30 ceiling fans that I got to kind of eyeball. I'm like, is this the one
This is
that
it.
is going to do more than hair damage?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Trust me, they don't feel good.
No,
No.
dude. I've done the hand thing, wake up. Everybody's getting tall and growing. I just woke up, yawn. The first time I did, I was like, whack, whack, whack. I was like, God damn, I
Yeah,
got to
it's-
remember that.
That's not great.
No.
Thank God it wasn't metal.
Yeah, seriously.
Swing.
It wasn't a blade. That was awful.
Oh. So do you, so for listeners that have not or don't know, Brian and I are both 6'7".
Yeah.
Khary is 7 feet, maybe a little bit more, maybe whatever, on a good day. So that's
If he stands
large.
up straight.
Yeah. The times that I've seen Khary, we bump into each other for other events and stuff. I always want him to carry me like a baby.
I think you're the first person I've asked over 40 years old for a piggyback ride.
Wee.
And you said yes.
It's weird.
It's really high up. I was like, don't drop me.
Yeah. So I have a lot of tall-esque questions. So people that are short, yeah, you can probably turn off now.
Haters.
Sorry for you today.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
So
sorry.
a couple things top of mind, because I was at an event on Saturday, and I do this thing. I don't know if you do, or maybe Brian does too. If you're in a room of people, everyone's average.
Yeah.
Mortals. But once in a while, a tall person walks in the room, and I don't know what it is. is I have radar. I can pinpoint them. Obviously, they're tall.
Because you can see them.
Because I can see it. That's one thing.
It's like,
But
where's Waldo?
I know. I can sense there's a disturbance in the force. I gotta like,
It's like time cop. You can't touch each other.
But I have a tall off.
So yeah, always
So-
do. You stand up straighter and show your backers off.
And then,
Yeah.
I'll walk very slowly by the person.
Yeah.
And then, like, my wife will say, "Yeah, no, up, down." Like, are you taller or not?
Like in the grocery store, babe, who won? Just yell that shit out.
So can I tell a quick story?
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
We don't
we're
do that
talking here, buddy.
Like that. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
I'm in Vegas. Now, obviously, I don't often have to look up to people.
Yeah.
So I'm in Vegas working this convention. I walk downstairs. I walk past this booth. There's 7'2", 7'4", and 7'6".
Woof.
What kind of freaking booth was it?
It was like a clothing brand.
Oh,
And they had these 3 tall guys. So I walk by and I'm looking up. And by the way, I don't like looking up at people.
no, it's not great.
It's
No.
weird.
Trust
right?
me,
So
we know.
Yeah, I had to do that just minutes ago. Awful.
So I walk by and these 3 guys stand up and I go, "See you guys, bye."
Right.
I don't want to do this.
No.
Weirdos, you're freaks, and ran away.
That was the first time in a long time that I really felt small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you live your life being honestly the biggest person in the room,
Yes.
and you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You get annoyed with like people asking how tall you are and all that. Like years ago, I was worked for the airlines in my hometown. I had to walk out to see where the ticket counter was. I walked out and husband was like 6'9" or 6'10", and the wife was like 6'9". And I walked out, I was like, Jesus. And I was like, I am so sorry. It's just like blurted out. Like, I've never seen it, especially a woman. I was like, my God.
Right. I think tall women are unicorns.
Yeah.
They are very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point, there was a period of time in my life, like, I'm going to get with a tall woman. And it took like
Just
2 years. I couldn't find one.
And you could see a long ways, you know? Yeah. I had roommates that were both like all like 6'4" or above, and then one dude was like 5'8". He just hang out, look up, he's like, I fucking hate you guys, like all the time. It's terrible. They're like, okay, well, get in the car seat, bitch. You know, like try this out once. You can just hop in. We got a knee under steering wheel kind of situation going on here.
So do you do the tall off thing, or is that just a me thing? Do you notice other tall people, but do you like, who's taller?
I notice other tall people, but
Right.
typically I know I'm the tallest.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
confidence. I like it.
It's,
I mean, 7 feet tall.
Okay.
it's
So
not very many of me
It's
moving
not,
around.
it's not
No.
not a great game for you. I get it. Okay, fine.
It's a fun game. You got to be a blast. You win every time,
That's right.
right? Or most of the time.
No, it's got to a point now where you kind of look for kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you operate in a space where other people don't, and then
Yeah.
they don't understand what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the questions and the comments come from that, but
Yeah.
that pisses you off sometimes.
Yeah,
It's like,
always the same fucking question.
Right.
I mean, I imagine. Yeah.
So let me get a couple out of the way.
Yeah.
Do you play basketball, or did you play basketball?
I did play basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, I played at Drake out of high school,
Okay.
played at Fresno State, played 3 years in China, played a year with the Harlem Globetrotters.
No
It's
shit.
just a little. I played a little basketball, except for in the world tour.
I dabbled. It's more of a hobby, really. The Harlem
That's
Globetrotters.
Yes,
Holy, that's got to be wildly entertaining.
it was. Problem was I wasn't one of the show players. Like I couldn't do the tricks, so I didn't last long.
Were you in the sacrifice team?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so when I was playing, I hope I'm not giving up trade secrets.
It's a big mystery, the Harlem Globetrotters in 2025.
There were 2 teams on one Harlem Globetrotters team. So you had a competitive team. Our job was to go out, build a lead so that we could start the show. And then you had the show team. So I was part of the competitive team. Our job was to go build that lead, make us look good like we're actually
like you're the
but
villains.
Yeah.
So I did that, but I couldn't pick up. Like I think I'm the only basketball player that ever existed that can't spin a ball on his finger.
Really?
Yes.
That's overrated.
Yes.
Really. What are you going to do with that?
Neat. You know,
Does it score
and
a
then what?
point?
Yeah, it's hard to shoot when it's spinning on your finger anyways. The point is to score goals.
Right.
You know, not like, dribble through your leg.
That's interesting. So, out of the breadth of your career, give me like the highlight. Like, this is the one thing that I'm going to hang my hat on. Like, I did all this basketball stuff. This is the one thing I'm
Just
proud
hang the hat on the basketball next and you just reach the hoop.
Fair.
It's like a hat holder.
of.
So as an old guy, I'm going to say that my greatest experience was the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When I was playing, I was trying to be competitive. I wanted to get to the NBA. I wanted to reach my dreams.
Yeah.
And so I didn't appreciate the time that I spent with the Globetrotters. But looking back on it, that was the most fun I had playing basketball. It was the hardest I ever worked.
Really?
Because you play, practice, travel every single day.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe
Because I
back
think
to
it'd be
back.
just like a frat party.
No,
No?
it is.
Yeah.
Because you spend so much time with these people.
Yeah.
So it becomes a frat party,
That's interesting.
but
yeah.
it's work.
Yeah.
And those guys work hard, especially the show guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
looking back at it, that was my greatest experience in basketball.
Weird how hindsight works, right?
Yeah,
From
right.
perspective, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting.
That
Yeah.
funky maturity.
yeah.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Getting old and learning.
So you played basketball in and around semi-pro, pro when it was Harlem Globetrotters, and then what'd you do? I'm trying to get to what you do now because it's pretty unique.
So I guess I'll fast track it a little bit. I had a knee injury. I didn't recover from it, so I stopped playing basketball. Got my degree. Became a corrections officer in Arizona. Got laid off in 2009 or 10.
Okay.
At the time, I started working contract work with the Marshal Service doing prisoner transports. I did that for about 5 years. Hurt my back because I was flying every day. I love that job, by the way.
I don't even want to talk about that.
So you get in those tiny planes too, right?
No, we were in MD-80s. They were they were small.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were small.
You got, man. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
It wasn't one. It was the problem was I was kind of bent over and hunched over.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
for
exit
hours on
signs
end.
are just forehead busters, man.
I've got some skin on a few of them.
We're not going to put a prisoner in first class, sir. I'm sorry. Just suck it up.
Well, put them in cargo so I can lay down in the aisle.
Yeah, right.
Fucking
I'd be
shit.
like, I get the exit row. Just walk down and be like, get out of my seat.
Get on the wing.
Yeah.
So back got bad. I went and did behavioral health case management. Was too emotional for that.
You were or it was?
I was.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a client that passed away, and I didn't take that very well.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine that I had worked with when I was with the Marshal Service bumped into me somewhere and said, "Hey, you want to do some work, do some security work?" I said, "Sure. Why not?" I had done it through high school, but I didn't keep up with it because I didn't want to be the guy standing in front of the bank.
You be the
Yeah.
door guy. Or
Right.
the,
Yeah.
right.
So, and what I was doing kind of seemed like it was on that path.
Checking
So
IDs and shit.
Yeah. So I kind of veered off from security for a while. But when I got introduced to it, reintroduced to it, it was more asset protection, workplace violence, hostile terminations.
Workplace violence. You would go in and violate people. I don't understand.
Like, oh, yeah.
No, so-
Shake some employees.
basically,
style, Office linebacker.
If we're all working in a corporate space,
Yeah.
and you make a threat that the company feels like is valid,
Oh, like
then we
got a guy.
need to protect you while we deal with that problem.
yeah.
And we'll investigate. And what they do is some companies, they'll call in outside people to do the investigation of it. And when I say the investigation, I don't mean we're investigating the corporate piece of it, but we're keeping an eye on people, kind of making sure that the threat doesn't rise to a
Right.
level of involving law enforcement.
That's just, I don't get it. And I was back in my day.
Speaking of
Yeah.
reminiscing.
I mean, maybe we had
what
that
were the
shit,
40s
but
like?
like people don't go in the offices and just blast everyone with an AK. They didn't do that back then. Maybe they did, just didn't think about it. I didn't hear about it, but
Well, people are stupid these days, and they'll
Yeah.
go to the office and fire off an email to somebody that says, "I hate you, I've always hated you, and I want to kill you."
yeah, that's
Ooh,
not great.
man. You got to blind copy the rest of the people on that kind of email. You
Hey,
don't just-
let's not use reply all.
No, that's the kind of case like, yeah, reply all, dude. Like, damn. Not like, yeah, congratulations on your promotion. It's like, nah, man, Billy gonna kill you, bro.
If you reply all, oh shit, who does he hate? Oh no,
Be like, I'm taking that dude to lunch
the whole
today.
campus
dude.
is on lockdown.
Yeah, like, great email, man. Let's grab lunch on me today. Remember me.
It's a baby back ribs time. Let's go.
Seriously, I've always liked you. Great email.
Lord.
Jeez. Wow, I thought employees just asked dumb questions. I didn't know that was like an actual thing people.
I honestly, I didn't either.
Yeah.
And it's not entertaining, but it's interesting. You know,
Yeah.
That's
honestly figuring out how crazy people really are.
yeah.
Yeah,
like-
I don't even want to know.
yeah, I just like to just like make friends. Like, tell me the craziest one. I'm gonna walk right out and give him a candy bar. Dude, like, here's a candy bar.
I don't think
You
I've
know?
ever been that vested in a job or the people at it to
Yeah. Yeah.
threaten people that way. So
Right,
I'm
exactly.
so angry where you're just like, I'm gonna put this in an electronic document.
I'm gonna put it in a traceable.
Yeah, leave him a sticky note with like cutouts from a magazine or some shit so it doesn't come back to you. See you Thursday. Like, what the fuck?
Is this a thumb? What is that?
He looked at, where's my thumb? That's crazy.
All right, so you did all that stuff.
So that got me into private investigation and then executive protection. So executive protection is a fancy word for being a bodyguard.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool though. You know?
That's what you're doing now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Interesting.
now I guess my title would be I'm an independent security contractor, and I also work for the Phoenix Mercury as team security.
Okay.
Nice.
So that was nice.
So is it a company that does both, or you're independent contracting with the Mercury?
No, I'm independent contracting on my own.
Okay.
I work directly for the Phoenix Mercury.
Oh, interesting. So they're your employer, but you can do whatever you want in your off time.
Yeah, and
Obviously.
during the off season, they allow me to kind of still do some freelance work, and I still enjoy that. It may change, I'm not sure, but I'm still enjoying the freelance work a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine it changes it up too. It's
Yeah,
not the
for
same
sure.
thing every day. Like, ugh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this bitch.
Oh yeah. Like, I don't know. I might send her an email. I don't want to jump in front of a bull. I got to know you. Like, and you're like, so you could come here on Mondays and just tell people not to sit at the tables near us. And when a car cart's hauling ass down 7th Street, just get out there and give them a good shaking.
I'll go
Like,
chase them for a
Shake
little
the
bit.
fist is what's
slow
gonna do
down.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe just a slow down gesture.
You want the 7-foot guy to get out there and shake his fist.
I mean, he probably just like punch the car and stop it.
Oh,
dead
maybe
in
that's
its
better.
tracks.
Yeah, like Hulk
full-
smash.
Yeah, like handcuff. Bam. Superpowers.
So some of the executive stuff, I feel like I can talk about this. I don't know. You tell
Yeah,
me.
you tell
I
us.
don't want to get anybody in trouble, but
Do you have a bleep button or just a bunch of dumb sound effects?
they'll delete it later.
Okay, cool.
You protect burp.
Wow, he's a real burp.
The reason you and I know each other is because of Adrian Fonts. Fonts? I'm saying it wrong.
I just go with Adrian because I don't want to do it wrong.
That's fair.
He has power.
Right. But I think that's when I first met you. You were doing something with him or some event or some shit.
It's a Christmas bike ride. I met you too. I was like, this guy is not very friendly, dude. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, he was working. Like, he's just like not engaging in conversation, just scanning the whole place around. I was like, wow, I thought it was a big guy, like, you know, like a friendly thing. We just talk and we have stories. And I was like, he's not into it. And I
It's
was
the
like,
worst
oh.
Yeti ever.
Like, thanks for the piggyback ride, but the conversation would have been great.
I'm more like Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Can you do the thing?
Almost.
Oh, really?
I love it. I used to be able to. I can't anymore.
Do you like Star Wars or you
I
like
love Star
Chewbacca?
Wars.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Are you a nerd?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Did you give it up to try and spin a basketball on your finger?
I tried.
Well,
I
don't-
tried. The
I
nerd,
want to see it at a
the
time.
nerd went out.
Yeah.
So Star Trek, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Interesting. Okay. I would not see. This is why we do this thing. I would
Yeah.
not, knowing Khary as little as I do.
I am not going to call him a nerd like you did because he's like right next to me and he's here across the table.
I'm a gentle giant till you frown your face.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I believe that's fair.
Yeah, but we're cool, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, disregard that email I sent.
Different Kyrie completely, man. Totally different Adrian. I know a lot of people with those names.
So do you find yourself doing, we'll get to the basketball stuff here, but I think I'm interested in the private stuff because it's not something that everybody needs. Like, who needs a bodyguard all the time or even occasionally? So do you find yourself, is it mostly politicians? Can you put everything in a bucket, or is it just across the board? It's executives, whatever.
From my experience so far, it's mostly law firms and risk management companies and insurance.
Law firms.
Yeah.
Like you would protect the lawyers?
No, so what happens is you have an attorney that kind of is a general counsel that has parameters around your life. They also, some really, really good ones, also look out for what's around you in your environment. Some of the work that I get, it comes from attorneys who are saying, we want certain aspects cleaned up so that this person can be safe and comfortable to move to the next thing that we have for them.
When you say cleaned up,
Seems like a little hitman-y. I mean,
right? Do I need to bring a shovel?
Okay, no. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Cool
So
hole
not,
you dug
not
over
cleaned
there.
up, but sometimes people will put themselves in places where they don't understand the environments.
Okay.
A lot of times people don't understand what's around them, and so sometimes people need somebody else to just kind of keep an eye out for other things. Some people work in environments where they're just going to be threatened. Some work comes from CEOs because risk management says, as
There it is.
stop it. There it is.
Go this late.
Go shake her fist.
risk management gets involved because your income level or your value is at a certain risk level.
Kidnappable
Yes.
is the word you're looking
Exactly.
for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just
And-
doesn't occur to
Yeah. Liam Neeson is not always free. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm not on that level. I'm not going to purport that I'm on that level, but there are some people who move in different spaces who do need that kind of
Really?
protection. Yes.
Jeez.
me. Like former SEAL team guys and shit like that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Those guys are cream of the crops in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Do you have any
crazy.
aspirations to do, like, I don't know how the progression goes. So, like, so back in my day, it was like clerk, salesperson, assistant manager, and like I'm dumbing it down
Yeah.
for people that
SEAL
don't-
Team 6.
SEAL Team 6, right. Well, I mean, I don't want to go that far. But so is there a progression for you, or is this like capped and then you have to do other stuff
I
to
think
make
Secret Service is the last one, right?
No, I'm actually aged out.
Really?
for
Oh,
federal
man.
government service.
I feel like we know people that could forge documents.
You could probably just be like, grab their hand and just sign their name.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
I don't know where this goes. I kind of got on board. I just grabbed the reins and I went where it took me.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was a point in time where I just wanted to do private investigations and I just wanted to do surveillance and I just wanted to follow people. And it was rocking. It was a great day. It was so much stuff going on. It was something so much different than what I had done. It allowed me to use my mind in different ways. So I was really stuck on the private investigator thing, and then the executive protection thing came around and I just kind of fell into it and it was a good fit. I don't know where it goes from here.
Just keep your LinkedIn updated, you know?
Right. And I just keep it updated, keep it refreshed, and hopefully
Yeah.
I do good work and people see me and say, hey, we want to see what this guy can do for us.
Yeah.
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 So,
What is your, if 12-year-old Khary, when he grows up, what does he want to be?
It's like, I just want to stop growing an inch a day.
It hurts.
My knees.
You'll laugh at this one. 12-year-old Khary wanted to be a train conductor. I wanted to
Just
drive. I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to drive the trains.
I get it.
It was
you get it.
for me as a kid, it was the most fascinating thing in the
Yeah.
world to get this one thing
Yeah.
to make all of these other things move.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy that likes solace. I'm really, really good by myself, and so I saw that as the perfect place. You just
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
open road,
Yeah.
watching the scenery go by.
That's
You
funny.
get to see America at its finest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
But then, I got to the 6th grade and I was like 6 feet.
Yeah, you're like, that cabin's getting smaller and smaller here.
No, you just cut the top off. It's fine.
Just Harry and the Andersons, that shit. Push your head out, dude.
Just cut a circle. You just
Yeah.
figure it out.
That's funny. I was really into trains when I was a kid too. Then I was like, I don't want to do that anymore, dude. It was hard to do.
But I can appreciate. I was actually telling my wife this the other day. We were in on the way to Tucson. There's a lot of trains going to Tucson. And
Yes,
back and
yeah.
forth. And I was like, I just think that would be fascinating.
Yeah,
just
dude.
to be able to drive it. But there's there's turns, I guess. But honestly, other than like fast, slow,
Yeah,
do
and just like,
anything.
oh, there's somebody. I'm gonna ram them.
I'm sure an
Just
engineer's
wait for your day.
engineer's gonna send us an email like, look, it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
All right, whatever, buddy.
Sure, it's like, I think the stopping is the big part of the job.
Probably,
You know?
yeah. But I think, to your point, I think it'd be great it's a great way to see the country
Yes.
No, for
and
sure.
and just chill.
Yeah.
Like those things don't go more than, you can make them go fast, obviously, but like everything that I've seen, they're like 40 miles an hour.
I think so.
You're just
Yeah.
like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, bullet train though. That's a whole nother thing.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that.
yeah.
That's too much stress. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
I
quick.
wanted the freight. I didn't want like Amtrak.
Right. No,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
don't want
Screw
people.
that. I don't want people.
passengers. I
Ugh.
don't want to derail and hurt people. I just want to,
I barely want to
just-
deal with cattle.
I just want to do the horn thing a lot.
Right,
You know?
that's it.
That's it.
Oh, that's not too late. There's no age bracket for that.
Yeah,
thing, right?
I mean, now your size and you probably just push them.
I'm a little old, and I'm kind of good at what I do now, so I'm gonna stay with it.
Yeah, they say once you're in your 40s, change careers.
Actually, I did.
See?
Yeah, I mean,
You could be the personal protector of the Amtrak guy.
yeah, you get a lot of
It's the
threats
best
on a
of both
train.
worlds.
Train robbers anymore. That like people on horses and shit.
They really are.
See?
That would be dope if you got a job being a protector. I mean, they have like on some cargo ships, they have like SEALs out there with guns and
Right.
stuff. They pay like,
With pirates and shit? Yeah.
like if you do get it, you got to get the hat. They're just come on, just give me the hat. I mean, blow the whistle, sling some coal in there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Just smiling as hell.
Amtrak CEO goes, we got to go to Tulsa.
Yeah.
Oh, what plane we going on? Oh, no. Get on the train.
Did you say train?
It's going to take 6 days. It's fine.
12-year-old Khary just jumping up and down inside. You're trying to play it cool as a full-grown man. It's so hard when you get your childhood dreams.
Why is he jumping?
I mean, maybe not. Like, I'm sorry, I jumped.
All right. So the other part of your life is basketball
Yes.
in the protection space.
Yes.
So how did you? Is that because of your background or what? How do you fall into that?
I tell people I got lucky, and I really believe that. I don't have the pathway that a lot of other people have when they get into this space at the level that I'm at. So what it turned out for me was just right time, right place, right opportunity. I had applied for a job with the Suns probably 2 years ago, and what they offered wasn't what I wanted, and I was really kind of rocking out with the surveillance thing, and I was having a great time like following people.
So hold on a second. Let's put a pin in that. What? I mean, I'm sure you're very good at it. However, you're not what I would call small.
Yeah, I feel like I think I've seen this guy before, like a quarter mile away.
I think I have a shadow. Nope, that's Khary.
Nope.
He's large.
You would be surprised at the lack of awareness that people have.
Really?
All right.
Even for someone your size.
Yes.
Wow.
I've literally walked in rooms and walked right up to people and stood there for about a minute or two before I've acknowledged them, and they don't see you, feel you, hear you. It may just be me, but there's like this thing that I get when people walk in a room, I can feel it. I have, and it's probably basketball, but I have an incredible ability to use my peripheral vision. And so I really see people when they move around me if I'm looking in a specific direction. It all works for me in what I do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
No, but
the
do
thing,
you like creep and crawl? Like you're like 5 foot tall, just like
No, honestly, you don't. I don't. Most of the stuff that I was doing wasn't outside of the car. I mean, I got out of the car once or twice, but it's mostly just following
coming,
people.
going,
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
shit. Right,
just
right,
seeing
right.
where they're coming and going and keeping track.
writing down.
And I was having a good time with that because when you get a good one, it becomes like a cat and mouse.
Yeah.
And you're trying to guess where they're going, what they're doing, that's all for me. That's all fun stuff.
I can see the appeal of that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Was it a lot of? I'm sorry, I keep going down this road, but was it a lot of like cheating wives and husbands and
No,
shit?
I don't do any domestic.
Oh,
No,
interesting.
no,
Okay.
that's it. It gets too messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was all corporate stuff. So
Cheating
you know,
taxes, cheating
No.
embezzlement.
You have a laptop, we're laying you off. We need to make sure that we get this equipment, or you took that laptop and fired off some messages to some people, and we need to make sure you're doing what you're doing while we're doing what we're doing. And
Right.
sometimes those people leave, and you got to make sure that they don't go to where other people don't want them to be. I'm sorry if I'm being
No.
vague,
I get
but
it. I get it.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what
yeah.
was the name again?
I would imagine it's like an NDA situation where
Yes,
you're like,
yes,
yeah, you can't.
I mean-
yeah, that makes sense.
And these people all got to think they're slick and like, I'm gonna get away with this, and all of a sudden they like don't realize there's somebody just following them everywhere, filming, writing things down.
the fun ones are the people who figure out that you're following them.
Oh,
Oh, did they try to
boy.
outsmart you?
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh, that's fun.
That's
Those
great.
are the fun ones
Yeah.
because you lose them.
It's like a game
Like,
of wits,
oh, man.
right?
It's Starsky and Hutch days where I can be terrassing down the street following somebody because they're doing 90 miles an hour.
Right.
I have to back off and then figure out what's your next move.
Switch cars, put a new mask on.
Yeah. And it's me sitting back going, okay, what's my best guess on where you're gonna
Yeah.
land?
If I were you, where are you going?
Yeah.
And then
Band-Aids.
when you're following people so much, you pick up patterns and habits.
Yeah, sure.
So then you can go, okay, at this time, this person might be at the grocery store because 2 days ago at this time, that's where we went. So those things are really, really fascinating to me, and I'm I'm a nerd. I said that I'm fascinated by human behavior. And so a lot of this work is watching people and how they act and move.
That'd be pretty awesome when you predict it and you're like, nailed it. 7:45 and the Starbucks drive-through, a double triple latte and shit. Like, yeah, I knew you'd be your motherfucker.
And I actually did.
That's amazing.
I kind of, I don't want to say predicted. I had a good guess. I had a good guess on where a guy would land. I went and sat there and he showed up.
Wow. Man. Did you like high five yourself? Just you wanted to put the hands up, slap it with the other one?
I was working with a team, so I kind of got some high fives from the rest of the group. And that's the thing. Like, I'm coming from basketball, you're so used to working with other people, and this usually is with other people, and having to have this communication, and then like the pickup of working with someone you've never worked with before, and then being able to communicate with them, understand how they work, they understand how you work. You build this trust. It's like a lot that goes on that I'm just fascinated with, and I have a good time doing it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sounds like you found a calling. Huh?
Yeah. So where am I going tomorrow?
Stop following me.
I'll be here. I'd be very easy to catch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So we didn't talk about basketball, and there are we have ravenous sports fans. Have any idea?
All right, let's go.
Yeah. So again, I don't want to get you in trouble or stuff, but you are personal agent. I don't know. Whatever the term is for people that guard the celebrities.
Have you been listening to the episode?
I don't.
Executive
protection.
I'm so sorry. Yes.
I'm paying attention, man, because you're bigger than me.
We gotta abbreviate that.
EP.
EP?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
done.
Why did you say that?
Because if you started the episode being like, I'm an EP, everyone's like, great, how's that go?
I don't want to come in and start using jargon that only people that I work with understand. Because then it would throw it off. You're like, EP, what's that? So it was
Khary, your listeners are very smart.
I actually had a question for you. Would you like to do a podcast with me? So the guy's just not paying attention. We got to buy some equipment.
Ooh, what if we put a wire on him and went into the locker room?
We could just do a podcast and follow him and be like, we're following Khary right now.
Why are those guys behind you? With just microphones, no cameras.
I just got a boom mic and he'll never see it.
Bump him in the face. Boom. Yeah.
Honestly, in this day and age, people would think I've advanced too really far in my career.
Yeah, they think you have security.
Most of the people have podcasts and content.
Yeah.
And I just, I got into this. My father did this before I did.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. So my father worked for NWA. I can't remember the name.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The NWA?
Yes.
Okay.
So next episode is right now.
Yeah. Okay.
He did the exact same thing I do for NWA. He worked for Eazy-E.
That's
He
awesome.
worked for Ruthless Records.
He had a much more dangerous job than you then.
Absolutely. He did tour security for years and years and years.
That specifically would be hell, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that.
No.
Yeah.
But he must have loved it.
Yeah, he will always be starting fires on our podcast.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Easy. NWA's going.
R.I.P.
He was. My father's a big guy too.
Yeah. Go
no
figure.
way.
Weird.
That's where
one
you
of the
get it
things
from.
that I think that got me in this business is just my size and my presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
You can get away with a lot of shit with size and presence. Everybody likes a big guy.
Maybe it's stereotypical, but the thing that I find interesting about you specifically is you've got the stature, obviously. Your personality is so soft.
You should abuse it way more than you do.
I think it's refreshing because
it's
people they look at someone just on the face and you're like, oh, it's a big Mongo, destroy all that shit. But when I spoke to him for the first time, I'm like, oh shit,
you're a delight.
There's like multi-dimensional person here. It's weird.
So I've never hugged somebody right when I met him. So it's fine. I'm down.
The reason for that is strategic. When I started doing security, I think a lot of the reason why I didn't get far in this business as a kid was because I thought more than I was more of a thinker than a brute. In the 90s, to do this work, you had to knock heads.
Yeah.
And I'm not a head knocker.
Right.
I will knock heads.
Right.
But I have to make that distinction because
Sure.
I come off soft.
Right.
I am a gentle giant.
Yeah.
I acknowledge I'm a gentle giant. Everybody knows, but I like knocking heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those heads that get knocked are knocked for a reason.
Right.
I've never wanted to be the guy that walked into a club and manhandled somebody for no reason.
Right.
I'm very much operate from a perspective of if I have to put my hands on you, you earned it.
Yeah. Congratulations. You're going to wake up in a
Guess
minute.
what you get?
And that's, it's how I've approached. I've worked some really tough environments and some really tough fields, and I've approached those environments from that perspective. I'm gonna treat you with respect. I'm gonna treat you with some decency. I have to lay down the law. I'm going to do that. If you give me pushback, we can have a slight conversation. But in certain environments that I'm in, my rule is the rule, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna move on. And if you don't do what I'm telling you to do in that moment, then I'm going to have to put my hands on you. And I talk to people in a way where I don't invite violence. I'm inviting you to just follow what I'm asking you to do. When you move past that, I'm welcoming the next step.
Yeah.
So
Helping you de-escalate, but if you continue to escalate, then
I'll get there faster than you.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously. I will knock you out.
One of the best stories that I heard about Khary is he was working an event. I will not say names. There was someone who was getting belligerent, and conversations were had like, you can't do that, like repeated, kind of like a toddler.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
and then it reached a point where like, we've told you these things 12 times.
Yeah.
Guess what? And then Khary picks up this person in a chair and removes them from the building in a chair. This is great.
This is a
you
true
can keep,
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can keep the chair. I mean, it's a souvenir, but
the
we're
thing
gonna.
that I appreciate about that is it's you get the end result without being violent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's enough of a jarring visual. Like people are like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Like, I think you have the upper hand, sir.
Right. Okay. Very well.
I
Touche.
can walk out. Like, nope, too late. I gave you 3 chances to walk out. Now I'm just gonna take you out in your own chair.
Yeah, I tell people I was a corrections officer, and if you're a corrections officer, you're going to understand what I said. I was a corrections officer. My job was not to have banter with you. My job was to tell you what to do, and you do it. If you don't do it, I have to do something else because I don't have time to have conversations. If I have to have a conversation with you in a correctional setting, that means it's affecting a whole bunch of other people's day who also don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you're now making your whatever you got going on more important than everybody else. We're not going to do that. So I was very quick to talk to people and talk through problems. But if you didn't want to talk through the problems, then we would get physical.
Not really a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Yeah. I mean, you at least gave him a choice. He could just been physical and be a monster.
You
know,
always have a
like,
choice.
Right.
In life, you have choices.
Yeah.
Some are bad, and I've made some of those bad ones, but some are good, and we hope you make the good ones.
Yeah.
choose door A or door B.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm glossing over a lot of the basketball stuff, but I'm interested in you can choose from your basketball experience or your EP experience.
Oh, look at the lingo.
I did
bro.
it.
Pick it up real
Jargon,
quick.
I think it's what the kids call it.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest request a client has made of you?
You know, I get asked that question a lot.
Pick
Shit.
that guy up in the chair, carry him out with the chair.
I actually haven't had a weird request. I think the weirdest request that I've had so far is, I don't like that guy, punch him in the face.
That's not weird.
I
That's
mean,
just a
that's-
nice question.
I've had those a couple, but I don't really get weird questions. One, I'm typically not with somebody often enough for them to build that level of comfort with me. And then 2, I'm very quiet. And so I recognize it's off-putting for some people. And so a lot of people don't approach me because they don't know how. And one of the things that I've acknowledged with my height and my size is most people, when they can't place you, they won't get near you.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to be a lot.
Okay, that's the advantage of being extra like you. Just taller or whatever. It was like, oh man, so many people walk up and talk to me.
Yeah, people ask me shit all the time. Ugh, so
Oh,
tiring.
you still get that. People have this idea that because you're tall, there's this open door to come ask you the stupidest questions.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you guys have some I have some hardcore canned responses when I just not in the mood and I don't want to hear it? Like, do you guys have things like just to confuse people so you can walk away?
I have one.
Or what's it? I want to hear yours.
I tell people I wish I was Will Chamberlain when they ask me how tall I am. I read in Will Chamberlain's book, somebody walked up to him and asked him how tall he was, and he spit on him. Now, I wouldn't spit on someone, but being able to say that, only people who read that book understand what I'm saying.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
And so I'll tell people, I wish I was Will Chamberlain.
because
And
I'm
they
gonna
don't.
spit on you right now.
Can you give him a wet willy real quick or what? But you, Michael, have any lines you use to make people be quiet and walk away?
Normally, it's a lot of small children crying, so there's not a lot of
I'm
banter.
not talking about church, dude. I'm talking about people who talk up and ask you questions about your height.
You know, honestly, I think I did get a lot of that in my 20s, 30s, even 40s to some extent. I don't get that a lot anymore. Now what I get are old ladies asking me to get things on the top shelf at the grocery store.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Which I love doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Because and the best thing is, I'll turn the corner and there's a lady trying to get like a 2-liter bottle of Fresca
Yeah.
at the top,
Yeah.
and she's struggling. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch it go for a little bit. This is fun for me.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk very slowly by. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck no.
That's hilarious.
I got shit
Just
to do.
grab one and put it in your cart and walk away. I like came for years. I moved out here to Phoenix. I was doing my first ride along with a guy here, and I was like, dude, we're going to Sun City. I was like, dude, they're like old people love me. I dust countertop. Like,
Sure.
like my second house with the guy. She's like, when you comes out with a wet rag? I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to wipe?
The
down?
fridge. Mostly it's the
Yeah,
fridge.
no, dude, seriously. I tell people all the time, I'm like, usually people ask how tall I am. I'm like, I'm 5'19", so they have to do the math to confuse them. And then I say, and also the top of your fridge is disgusting. And I just walk away from them, dude. And they just stand there confused, and I don't have to talk to them anymore.
Right.
Pretty great. That's pretty great.
The other thing I like to do when specifically guys ask me like, "Oh, how tall are you?" I'm like, "I'm 6'7". By the way, you're gonna want to get that hair loss thing checked out. What? Don't worry about it.
Hair
You're
plugs
fine.
are getting real cheap, dude.
I'm not that bad.
Fuck
I
those
got a
guys.
long way to go.
Yeah. All right, Kai, we've got some rapid fire questions here. I did not send these to you in advance, so you don't know what's coming at you.
Okay.
How tall are you? Do you play basketball?
5'33".
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, 5'1,000".
Let me get my abacus out. Hold on. What's a secret talent you have that no one knows about?
Don't say cleaning the tops of fridges. 'Cause
We took that one.
Jeez, that's a good question. I don't know if I have any real talents.
Please say harmonica.
just say spinning a basketball on your finger. Harmonica. Show tunes.
I don't have any talents.
Really?
No.
I think that's not true.
So I'll say this. I have a very hyper awareness of my surroundings.
Okay.
So it's not a talent, but it helps me with this line of work.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say most people don't have that based on what I see in the world. Brian?
All right. So if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Tacos.
Oh, gee, that was the fastest answer yet on this show.
Like half a second.
Yeah.
What
All
kind
right.
of taco?
It
though?
doesn't matter.
Really?
Shit.
Fish tacos, beef tacos, turkey tacos, chicken tacos,
Okay.
shrimp
What?
tacos.
Jackfruit.
I would try it.
Really?
If you wrap it in the
Disgusting.
tortilla, I'm going to
It's
try
a
it.
tortilla. See, like tortillas is like your thing. And
No,
whatever.
I just like it to look like a taco.
Oh, crunchy or soft?
Doesn't matter.
Really?
Jeez.
Jeez. Oh,
Wow.
All,
You are like-
all comers.
I've never met somebody more committed to something than
He's
your
excited
taco.
about tacos.
I
Yeah.
like tacos.
Have you
No
been to
shit,
Top
huh?
Tomatoes over there?
I've heard about it. I'm planning on going there.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fonts is giving it the thumbs up.
I heard.
Yeah, but he has no taste. So,
Yeah.
what is your spirit animal?
A polar bear.
Why? Don't say
Polar-
big.
No, the polar bear is one of the most vicious bears alive. It tracks when it hunts. It tracks for miles and miles and miles. Doesn't lose its scent. And it gets what it's after.
It's like super, like very good at being a private investigator because it matches.
It's smart. It understands its environment and it understands how to win in its environment.
Wow.
And it's big.
And it's
Yeah.
Right.
Secret talent is knowing a lot about polar bears. I think.
Are you on National Geographic?
If you can tell, I've thought about this for a while.
Yeah, dude. These are the best, fastest answers yet of
Yeah,
these
so
rapid
far.
fire. So the rest of you guys, man.
And I didn't know what the questions were beforehand.
Exactly.
Oh, you did?
No, I did not.
No, I did not send
okay,
him
yeah.
these. Yeah.
All right. That's
All right.
on tape, too. Can I get the last one? Or are you going to just double up here? We can trade off?
No,
or-
too.
Oh, thanks. So if you could trade places with any celebrity for 24 hours, who would it be?
Thanos.
Hold on. Thanos is a fictional
He's
character.
back on his world tour, right?
No. Okay.
Oh, you want a real life
Well,
person?
yes, preferably.
he's a celebrity. Yeah.
Thanos.
He's like, E.T. Like, you ain't fitting in that basket, bro.
Let's see. I would probably just say Shaq.
shack.
Yeah.
Really?
It wouldn't have to change much. You
No,
just-
I just want to see what it'd be like to live my life with a lot of money.
Yeah.
and you had to like a little deeper voice and like less
Yeah.
word, less bit of talking.
Yeah.
For that.
I could do that. I think I could be successful with that.
Look at that.
Damn, you did the eye thing too.
He's halfway there.
Yeah, seriously.
The thing I appreciate about the shack is that he at least what I see, is he gives a lot back. to
Yeah.
Oh, he
people.
seems like a real good person.
Yeah, he's a great human. He's
Right.
a great human.
Yeah,
So
for
I think
sure.
that's a good fit.
Yeah, good answer.
Nice work.
No, the same struggles you live with every day to day, but then like you have like $600 million.
Right. So when I want to buy a pair of pants, it's really easy.
No, they
we
didn't
didn't-
make them for you, dude.
We didn't get into clothes. That's a whole nother.
Oh man.
I could go on forever about that.
Yeah,
Clothes.
We could have a whole podcast
Yeah.
just
Just-
about big and tall.
Everyone would be
Tall
like,
people
"Oh no, you're
problems."
tall." Wah, wah, wah.
That's when you say, "Shut up, little people. You don't understand."
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have options. We don't.
Yeah, seriously, don't make me go down there. You know.
Mhm.
Question.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is one of these things that's a thorn in my side.
All right.
Oh boy.
What size shoe you guys wear?
I'm 15.
Have you ever found a pair of swim shoes?
Swim shoe.
I mean, I'm more of a barefoot dive kind of guy, but like, I just like
No.
water.
Okay, so I'm the only guy with soft feet that goes to beaches and doesn't like walking on the rocks in the sand.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I need swim shoes, and they don't make them in my size.
What
What
size
is
do you
your
think?
size?
I'm an 18.
Jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Well,
like,
there's your problem.
Yeah, seriously, get smaller.
What
feet,
about
dude.
plywood and rope?
Just making flip flops out of a sheet of plywood, dude. You can make 3-4
The
pairs. out of
splinters
it.
are too painful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
fair.
There's
That's
2x6s.
that's a good point.
Sand them down, lacquer that bitch up, dude.
What a bunch of car shanties. Just
Yeah.
wrap them.
The rope to wrap around the shoe.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I would try it.
Just learn to walk on your hands, man. I mean, for God's sake, it's not
Or
that-
just don't go to the fucking beach.
yeah.
Oh no, I love the beach.
Do you really?
Oh yes,
It's so much sand everywhere.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like sitting on the shore, hearing the water come in with a drink in your hand, watching the sun.
Wishing
You know?
you had shoes.
I can do that at home by
The whole-
watching TV.
Yeah, but
Surround sound. Oh my
he's got a
god.
lot of sand in his living room.
It's true. It's really not very convenient. Cats come in and shit all over it. Not great. That's it. Khary, thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I
That was
thank you
great.
guys for inviting me. I had a great time. I
So
really
much fun.
appreciate this.
So much fun.
We might need to have him back again. We've had a couple guests who are like, maybe one more time.
Yeah.
Khary
yeah.
might be another. We could do the tall cast.
Yeah, seriously. If you're taller than 7 foot, we would love to. If we get a whole bunch of giants
Yeah,
together.
we just gather the Ents.
yeah.
That's your nerd with
Seriously.
the hobbits, the
If
Ents,
you- yeah.
the tree guys.
Yes.
They come in.
If you have Marfan syndrome, we would love to have you on the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Khary, thanks so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really do.
Absolutely.
Step right up to the wildest show where two big minds are ready to blow. Conversations deep yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Tall and talking, big in brains, making sense of life's wild lanes. Deep dive chats and fun remain. Bet you won't hear this on the plane. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Stone unturned, no joke too small. Between two giants, hear it all. From silly quirks to knowledge twirled.